Hi, and welcome to the Successful English Learner by Sydney English Teacher. My name's Nicole, and I'm so glad you could join me today for a mini learning video about pronunciation. Today, I'd like to focus on 3 effective tips for pronunciation success. Sounds good, doesn't it? Let's have a look. The first thing I'd like to tell you is don't stress about your accent. That's right. Look, your accent is who you are. It's part of your personality, you know. So it tells a story about who you are, about you as a person. So don't stress about your accent. Don't think of accent as pronunciation. Think of it as part of you instead. Think of pronunciation as something completely separate. Look, your accent will reduce with time and with practice, okay? So never completely expect it to disappear. Accents will neutralize, but they will never 100% go away because that's who you are. That's your voice. That's what you sound like. So don't think of your accent as pronunciation and don't stress about your accent because that's who you are. So as I said, don't compare yourself to a native speaker. And never say that you want to sound exactly like a particular native speaker, like a particular person, because you won't. That's the reality. However, the more that you practice, the more that you surround yourself by real English, and that does include native speakers, the more that you copy the way they sound and their accents, then the more that your accent will neutralize. Again, it won't completely disappear and you don't want it to, but it will neutralize so that people have difficulty working out where you come from. So again, you'll never lose it completely and you should not aim to, okay? But as you become more aware of your errors, of the sounds and the patterns that you pronounce incorrectly, and obviously the sounds of your own native language that you are using when you speak English. Well, as you become more aware of these and more aware of what they should sound like in real natural English, then your accent will change automatically without trying too hard. So again, don't stress about your accent. With time and practice and the knowledge of what the English sounds and patterns should sound like, and obviously with replacing your bad habits, I suppose, of using the sounds and patterns from your own language, your accent will reduce, will neutralize. So that's good news. Number 2, I want you to take your time. You know, pronunciation is not something that will change overnight. It's not something where you'll wake up and tomorrow you'll sound like your favorite movie star. You know, that's impossible. Pronunciation does not change quickly. You need to be realistic, obviously. And take your time with your pronunciation. Take your time practicing. You need to be consistent. So consistent daily practice, if possible. If not, every second or third day is fine. But with daily practice, you obviously achieve your results much faster. So with consistent practice and also of being aware of your errors, of what your main mistakes are, and which areas people are having difficulty understanding you with. So once you're aware of those areas and what you should be focusing on, you will reach your goals and you will improve. But you just need to be consistent and to practice and to realize that it's a long journey and you need to take your time. Pronunciation isn't something that you can stop, start. Practice today, do nothing for a month, then practice again. We need to be consistent. We need to have the background knowledge to know exactly what we should be focusing on so that when we do practice, we practice the correct thing that's going to help us and give us results. And obviously, we need to be realistic. Take it slow. Enjoy the journey. Don't be upset if you don't sound like, as I said, your favorite movie star after practicing for a week. So you will achieve your goals. You will improve your pronunciation if you take it slow. Listen, another thing to remember to almost improve your pronunciation immediately is by slowing down your speech. If you speak more slowly, automatically your pronunciation improves tenfold just by slowing down and just by taking the time. I know that some languages, it is normal to speak quickly. That's normal in some languages. And in English too, I suppose, we do speak quite quickly, not as quickly as other languages. However, the minute we slow down, the minute we speak more slowly, people understand us better. You will be better understood. People won't have difficulties or as many difficulties understanding you. Look, the faster you speak, the harder it is for people to understand not only what you're saying, but the individual words and the individual sounds as well. So number two was take your time. But having said that, also slow down your speech, because slow equals clear equals less misunderstandings. So that's an easy fix, slow down your speech and you're already halfway there. Number three, what I'd like to talk about is to listen and copy. That's right. So, copying is essential when it comes to pronunciation. You need to copy. You need to experiment when it comes to pronunciation. We can't just, experiment and try on our own. We need to really listen to a model and try to copy that model to sound as close as possible to that model. The more that we listen and the more that we imitate, the more that we copy, the better results we will have. The more that we reflect on what we hear, the more that we think carefully about what we hear, in terms of pronunciation, the sounds, the stress, the rhythm, etc. The more we think about that and are aware of how it should sound, and the more we copy that or try to copy that, the faster our speech, the faster our speech will improve, the bigger steps we will make, the more neutral we will make our accent. So as I said, copying is essential. Yeah, you can definitely copy native speakers when they talk, but that might get a little bit annoying for them and for you. So instead, my suggestion would be to listen to the news and copy the news, because news readers have the most beautiful pronunciation, the most clear, precise pronunciation. So they're a good model to listen to and to copy. Another thing that you could use for imitating is interviews, either on television or on the internet. There's a lot of interviews that you can listen to or watch. Pause the recording, rewind, try again. So listen and copy to interviews, because they will definitely help you improve your accent and your pronunciation in general, and sound more neutral. And more importantly, sound more like we should sound, if we're wanting to copy real natural English. What else could we use as a model? Maybe podcasts. Podcasts are great because we don't have the video distracting us. We're focusing fully on what we hear, on the sound. So a podcast is always a great idea because it's just listening. It's not watching. And look, even music is a great way to practice your pronunciation, because it allows you to practice your intonation, not just the sounds. And music really emphasizes sounds and intonation and stress as well. So music is great for pronunciation practice. Even if you sing, it's still pronunciation. Whether you talk or you sing, you're practicing your pronunciation either way. And look, ideally, you want to practice online, instead of a TV show or radio, because online you have the opportunity to pause and rewind and listen again and check whether you do sound the same or similar when you copy it. So I want you to listen, pause, copy, rewind, and then try again. Do the whole thing again. Listen, pause, copy, rewind. Listen, pause, copy, rewind. Easy. So they're my 3 tips for today to help you achieve pronunciation success. Number 1, don't stress about your accent. Accent is not the most important thing to eliminate. We want to focus on pronunciation itself, on the sounds, the stress, the linking, the intonation, just the whole pattern of natural, real English. Your accent is part of you. You don't want to change that 100%. You just want to neutralize it. Number 2, I want you to take your time. Be realistic and realize that it takes time to improve pronunciation through consistent daily practice, if possible. But also slow down your speech and take your time when you are speaking, because that alone will improve people's understanding of what you say almost immediately. And number 3 is to copy the listen and copy model. As I said, we want to listen, pause, copy, rewind, and do it all again. So thanks for listening. I hope that those 3 tips will help you. Give them a go. And if you have any questions, get in touch. Thanks for watching and have a lovely day. Bye.